Hello, good day. I am Sir Prakash Rao from Global Academy of Technology, Department of Mechanical Engineering. Today, let us discuss on slip gauges. The content of this video lecture consists of details of slip gauges, Indian standards on slip gauges, ringing of slip gauges, example on building up of slip gauges, adjustable slip gauges. Slip gauge blocks. What is it? The slip gauges or gauge blocks are the universally accepted standard of length in almost all mechanical based industries. They are the working standard of linear dimension. They are used for three main purposes. For direct precise measurement, where the accuracy of the workpiece requires or calls for it. For use with high magnification comparators to establish the size. For calibration of micrometer or vernier caliper. The slip gauges were first developed by engineer Mr. Johnson, and hence it is known as Johnson gauge blocks or simply Joe blocks. These are rectangular blocks of steel having a dimension of 32 mm by 9 mm with appropriate thickness or length. A gauge block is a block of metal or ceramic with two opposing faces ground precisely flat and parallel, a precise distance apart. Standard gauge blocks are made of a hardened steel or alloy steel, while calibration grade blocks are often made of chromium based alloys or tungsten carbide, since wear resistance of these materials are superior. In general, slip gauges are calibrated using calibrated grade slip gauge blocks by direct comparison using Brooks level comparator or interferometric methods. Now, Indian standards on slip gauges. IS 2984 1966. The slip gauges are universally accepted standard of length. According to IS 2984 1966 2013, the slip gauges are graded based on accuracy into 5 groups, that is calibration grade, grade 00, grade 0, grade Roman letter 1, grade Roman letter 2. As per IS 2984 1966 2013, geometrical product specification in length standard gauge blocks by Bureau of Indian Standards is available. Since the slip gauges are being used globally, they are manufactured in millimeters as well as inches as per IS, BS and DIN standards. Indication of units. Whether in millimeters or inches, the letter M or E are used, M for metric units and E for inches. Number of pieces in a set following the letter M or E is mentioned. For example, M112 means gauge block having a metric unit and are of 102 in 112 in numbers. Most useful set available in metric are M112, M105, M87, M50, M45, M33 and M27. Similarly, in inches is E81, E49, E41, E35 and E28. Ringing of slip gauges. Ringing of slip gauges, the phenomena of ringing of flat surfaces, especially with reference to slip gauges, is of fundamental importance in precision measurement. A combination of sliding and twisting motion has been found to affect adherence greatly, and similar combined measurement is also used to separate them. As a considerable load would have to be applied to separate them by a direct pull, and this will lead to damage of the slip gauge block. Hence, direct pulling in order to separate the or remove the slip gauge block is not preferred. If two blocks are twisted gently under certain pressure, it will be found that due to molecular attraction and atmospheric pressure, they will adhere to each other quite firmly. This process is known as ringing. The ringing process is very useful to produce a required size by stacking several gauge blocks together. But before ringing, the gauge blocks to be cleaned using cloth, chamois cloth or chamois leather or cleaning tissue. Vaseline, grease or dust, whatever, to be removed from the gauge blocks using ethanol or using some petroleum product. Method of ringing. Start ringing the largest size first. Place two slip gauge faces together at right angle as shown in figure 2a. Then with little pressure twist through 90° as shown in figure 2b. This action should be smooth without constant pressure till attaining equivalent plane or both slips are built in the same axis. When the largest gauge blocks have been rung, follow the same process in the order of descending or decreasing in dimension of slip gauge blocks. M87 set and M112 set is taken for today's examples. M87 set, as the name says, M for metric, 87 for 87 number of slip gauges. Similarly, M112 gauge block means M for metric, 112 for number of slip gauges blocks available in the set. Now, example 1. Building of slip gauges. List the slips or slip gauge block to be rung together to produce an overall dimension of 92.3575 mm using two protection gauge blocks, two protection slip gauge blocks of 2.5 mm. I repeat, the protection gauge blocks of 2.5 mm size is to be used. Draw the slip gauge block combination using M112 slip gauge block sets. That means, in addition to 112 slip gauges, two protection blocks are provided in a set. What is it? Apart from number of slip gauges mentioned in the gauge block, two extra gauges of 2.5 mm each are also supplied as protective slips in the set. The purpose of protective slips are to prolong the life of slip gauges. These are often made using more wear resistant materials like tungsten carbide. The protective slips are identified by letter P as marked on the face of the slip gauge. These are placed at each end of the assembled slip gauge blocks as shown in the diagram. And to ensure that lower wear and increased usage of slip gauges, the use of protector blocks at each end of slip pile will extend the accuracy and hence the useful life of the slip gauges of the gauge blocks. But there is a disadvantage associated to use of protective slip gauge blocks, since the minimum number of gauges which are supposed to be 5, now it has become 7 here. Let us start building of slip gauges. The dimension to be built is 92.3575 mm less 2 protector blocks of 2.5 mm each. Subtracting that dimension, you will get 87.3575 mm. Always start with last decimal place from the remainder, that is 87.3575 mm. Subtract 1.0005 mm, that is the last decimal place 0005. So adding 1 mm, it will become minus 1.0005 mm. By subtracting it, the remainder becomes 86.357 mm. Now from the set of block 1.0012 to 1.009, in the step of 0.001, we will get 1.007 mm also. So now third decimal place is adding 1 mm minus 1.007 mm. So the remainder will be 85.35 mm. Now first and second decimal place plus 1 mm has to be subtracted from 1.01 to 1.49 mm range. In a step of 0.01 mm, we will get 1.35 mm, that is minus 1.35 mm. So the remainder will be 84 mm. Now since 84 mm slip gauge is not available, but 25, 50, 75, 100 is available, so 84 minus 75 is 9. So 9 mm has to be subtracted first. We get from 0.5 to 24.5 mm in step of 0.5 mm, that is 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9. So 9 is available in the range. So 9 mm is subtracted. Remainder is 75 mm. That 75 mm will be subtracted from 25, 50, 75 and 100. From that 75 is taken. So remainder is 0. Now the blocks selected are minus 2.5 protector block 2 numbers. You may ask that why protector block 2 number are selected. The rule in building slip gauges is 1. Size slip can be used at any time. If so, why protection block is used 2 times? The reason is that the very purpose of protection block is to protect the slip gauges wear from repeated usage. Hence, should be used on both sides in order to protect other slip gauge blocks, and it is provided in 1 mm 2 numbers, 1.5 mm 2 numbers, 2 mm 2 numbers and 2.5 mm 2 numbers in every set, depending upon the required blocks. In this set, 2.5 mm 2 numbers is provided. In addition to 112 numbers, 2 numbers protector block is provided in every set. The diagram shows 7 slip gauges are used. Both sides P is mentioned for protector blocks of 2.5 mm. Then from larger size the ringing should be started. So 75, 1, 2, 9 both is joined. Similarly 3, 4, 5, that is 75, 9, 1.35, 1.3007, 1.0005 and 2 protector blocks are built together in order to have 92.3575 mm. Example 2 on building slip gauges. List of slip gauges or slip gauge blocks to be rung together to produce an overall dimension of 48.3275 mm using slip gauges block containing M87 set gauge blocks. Draw the slip gauge block combination. M87 set means metric 87 numbers set. Now the solution consists of the dimension to be built is 48.3275 mm. Always start with last decimal place, that is 1.0005 mm, which is available in M87 set. One number that is used, so remainder is 47.327 mm. Now third decimal place is 7, that is 1.007, which is available in 1.001 to 1.009. So in this 1.007 is available. So subtracting minus 1.007 mm, we will get 46.320 mm as remainder. Now first and second decimal places by adding 1 mm will be subtracted, that is 1.32 mm. 1.01 to 1.49 mm range in step of 0.01 mm, 1.32 mm is available. So minus 1.32 mm, so remainder is 45 mm. Now since the slip gauges are available in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 mm, so on up to 90 mm, we cannot subtract 45. So 0.5 to 9.5 mm in step of 0.5 mm, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5 is available. So 0.5 to 9.5 mm, 19 gauges are available. Among that 5 mm is subtracted. By subtracting, so the remainder is 40 mm. So 40 mm gauge block is available. By subtracting that, remainder becomes 0. And this is run together in order to obtain desired length of 48.3275 mm by ringing larger numbers 40 and 5 mm together first, following the ringing procedure. Thereafter 1.32 is added to that, thereafter 1.007 and finally 1.0005 mm. But before ringing, all slip gauges should be cleaned thoroughly using ethanol or any petroleum product. Now let us discuss about adjustable slip gauges. Some firms like Pitta have developed adjustable slip gauges with refinement over engineering parallels. The adjustable slip gauges consist of two hardened, ground and lapped blocks having tapered surface. The tapered surface are finished to ringing quality and it permits sliding one over other. Various types of adjustable slip gauges are manufactured by different slip gauge manufacturing industries or manufacturers. For example, another type of adjustable slip gauge is having racks on it, as shown in the figure. The tapered surface movement, and this uses pinion system also. Thanks for watching the video lecture. Thank you.